You can see the tail of the tape. Kana Watanabe is 10 years older than Paulina Wiśniewska. Both women 5 feet 6 inches tall. But as I mentioned, Wiśniewska with a 3-inch reach advantage. And more importantly, she knows how to use it with the long strikes. In the gold, Kana Watanabe in the red kit. Sean O'Connell, Dan Hardy, and guest analyst, the PFL light heavyweight champion Corey Anderson on the call. Southpaw stance here for Watanabe.
Straight away you can see Wiśniewska on her toes. Nice inside low kick. Takes both legs away from Watanabe, who's going to be really aggressive trying to close Paulina down against the fence. You can see Paulina has that right hand chambered, ready to pop it out and maintain some distance. There's the first sprawl that she's needed. She's got her hands locked together like she's going to engage in grappling here. She rolls through. My goodness, she could have an anaconda early.
The gator rolls an anaconda, my favorite submission in Jiu-Jitsu.
Trying to re-grip, re-chamber the attack, maybe go the other way. Didn't work that time.
You already see some blood on the canvas from Watanabe's nose. Something did some damage, and you can see Paulina's really committing to this. She's rolling through again, but my goodness, the base of Watanabe as a judoka in this position. It's going to be very difficult to flip her over.
The thing about that gator anaconda, if you start rolling, even if they holding, you can choke them out in the base. I've done it a few times.
See Paulina almost now like she's trying to slide a hook in. Tries to isolate an arm perhaps, but Watanabe is an armbar specialist. And she's got to clamp on that arm. She's not going to let go of that. It's an opportunity. There's a good knee.
There was a right hand earlier in the round that had bloodied the nose. Hey, big time there from Watanabe. Can she use it? Paulina Wiśniewska's not going to surrender this position. Gets back to her feet. He slams into the guard of Kana Watanabe.
Yeah, Wiśniewska's got to be cautious of her right arm being isolated. Watanabe could potentially pull herself into an omoplata attack here. Look at the blood of Watanabe coming from the nose.
She was bleeding off that a few punches, not even the whole knee to the face.
Tries to creep her legs up, but Paulina's doing a good job of trying to drive herself square into the guard. Watanabe with a foot on the hip. Paulina's going to be cautious of her arms being isolated. Short shots from Watanabe in the bottom position.
Watanabe get this hand lock with her elbow on this side and kind of use her elbow to frame and take her over to the right if she get her butterfly hook in.
Smart work by Wiśniewska to use the cage, eliminate some of this motion and movement from the bottom position for Kana Watanabe. Coming up on 2 minutes left in the round.
See Paulina on top of it. Nice here. Get busy with strikes. That's what I was about to say.
The hands are nasty, coming straight down the pipe. Big impacts.
Man, Wiśniewska is not messing around. She's wrapped the neck again, but this is where Kana Watanabe is going to have some tricks. I remember going to judo classes and finding people stuck in this position, and I would get sweat trying to destabilize them, trying to get them off their knees. Watanabe's base is going to be very strong, and she's going to be used to dealing with these positions. She knows what Paulina's trying to set up here.
She can kind of try to drag. Oh, never mind.
Big shot. Good work by Wiśniewska. Posted for a second, landed a couple of shots. She goes back to the anaconda setup.
It'd be hard for her to get that now being so close to the cage. She rolls to her left every time. The cage is going to stop her from going. So even if Watanabe went with her, it'd be hard to lock the choke in.
It's a good shout. Wiśniewska could run her legs around to the right side though and move herself back towards the center of the cage. She tries to turn around, but look at that. Great control by Watanabe, who catches her trying to run around, finds herself in top position.
Good, beautiful elbow from the bottom there for Paulina Wiśniewska. Now gets her feet involved, feet on the hips. Right leg with a butterfly.
Paulina's just doing a great job staying busy in every position, from top or bottom. The takedowns, the scramble, she's not stopping. That's just huge.
And now Watanabe in her corner, getting coaching from her coaches right nearby. 24 seconds left in this first round. It's been a wild first round, and Wiśniewska's done some real damage. It looks like we might finish the round with Watanabe in the top position, but for my money, the former PFL Europe champ has taken this first round.
Oh, 100%.
Final few seconds, and as predicted, Kana Watanabe will finish the round on top. Well, I think she's answered a lot of questions about how she would respond to her first career loss. Paulina Wiśniewska with an emphatic first round. Good sprawl on the takedown attempt from Watanabe to start round number 2.
You watch Paulina's other fight, she has pretty good takedown defense in the first and second. It's usually when you chain them together, she gets caught up. But as you see, her defense holding well here.
And something I don't think we talk about enough is just the raw physicality of Wiśniewska. She's an incredible athlete. She's very strong.
And she's really developed as well as a fighter. From when I first signed with PFL Europe, I could see that she had all the technical skills that she would need. She's kept developing them, but also the athleticism has really come on in the past couple of years. She's grown into this weight class, and you can see that in her tenacity in her fights as well. She knows she's got that conditioning to back her up. It's an awkward position for Watanabe. She could turn into an inverted triangle here, but of course she's going to be aware of that position.
Paulina's got both her arms behind the arms, which make it, even if Watanabe started bumping and shaking high, she's going to stay secure and can throw in a triangle, like you said.
Well, she's got that.
She had it. She got a lot.
She's got it locked here. Really, she needs to try and turn Watanabe over so her lower back's on the canvas, which again is going to be difficult to do against a judoka. She could potentially use that right arm to encourage her over.
You see on the defense there, Watanabe put her shin on the calf of Paulina Wiśniewska, trying to put some weight on that position to extract the figure 4, get Wiśniewska's instep out of the back of her own knee, but tight grip here still from the Polish fighter.
You can see this pressure here on this leg. That's really good work by Watanabe. That's causing Paulina to be stuck in this position, and now she's had to release the triangle to keep the scramble moving, and Watanabe could end up in top position. Great hits by Paulina Wiśniewska, who now finds herself back to striking. No doubt she's going to go back to working on that nose of Kana Watanabe, who swings in with a big right hook.
Look at that sprawl, just stoned the takedown attempt from Watanabe.
Watanabe wants no part of her striking anymore. That one right hand that busted her face up was enough of a message to say, I'm not going to punch at you. I'm just going to keep shooting naked. And it's not going to be a good way to get a takedown. Especially won't be easy.
Look at the precision on these shots from the top. The left hand and elbow of Paulina Wiśniewska.
Oh, nice.
Punishing Kana Watanabe as the blood flows from the nose again.
Watanabe need to use that butterfly. She left the butterfly going for the arm bar here. Can she get that over the head?
Wiśniewska doing a really good job of pinning the base leg of Watanabe. Keep chopping with these shots. She's very aware as well of that arm, but she can't let it get too deep. There might be a bicep slice here. There's almost also a potential go-go platter.
Yeah, go-go platter, ain't it? She's going for it. She's trying.
She's going to have to do it blind because there's blood in the eyes of Kana Watanabe.
Great work by Wiśniewska here. I think she might get the TKO. There it is.
The elbows will finish it. Paulina Wiśniewska back in the win column.
And that answers our question. How did she bounce back from her first career loss? Angry.
Yeah, looking better than ever. Looking better than ever.
And look at the bloody tableau that she has painted with this performance. The face of Kana Watanabe is an absolute mess right now.
Wearing out her elbows and her knee.
So here's the replays. Look, you can see Kana Watanabe's got an overhook. She's trying to control that arm, but Wiśniewska's using her other arm to punch away, and she's pinning that base leg as well. She's doing a really good job of just stifling the movement of Watanabe enough so she can keep cracking her with these shots. And eventually it gets to the point where the fighter just doesn't want to take anymore. They prioritize their own defense over their attack, and this is what we see here. These final few shots from Paulina, she's raining down the shots. Watanabe goes into a defensive posture. She's trying to pull her opponent down, trying to hold on to her. Blood in her eyes, elbows to the temple. A solid performance by PFL Europe champion Paulina Wiśniewska.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mike Sims stops this fight 3 minutes and 15 seconds into round 2 for your winner by TKO due to strikes, Paulina Wiśniewska!
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.